Well, I'm honestly very surprised. Let's have a look at this new DLC. Hello and welcome back to Tricolor Gaming with me, Fletcher. And as expected today, we had the reveal of the new DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2, and like I said at the start, I'm honestly kind of surprised. It's not the small dinosaur pack I was honestly expecting, it's actually a very large and looks a very competently made DLC. So I thought in this video I'll just go through my initial ideas, have a look at what's on the website for the new DLC, have a closer look at the video we got for it, and yeah, just go through it step by step. So let's start with what's on the website. Lovely, so here we are on their website for the new information about the expansion coming on the 8th of December 2022. I'll have a look at the video in a minute, particularly. Just want to highlight $15.99 as a price tag, so it's as expensive as the other big DLCs, as expensive as Return to Jurassic Park, so I suppose that's in keeping with their new pricing. And we're told that it's going to be set before the events of Dominion. We're going to go to the Mediterranean and manage dinosaur facilities across three new locations, and we're going to get 3 new island maps, new Malta inspired buildings, which I'm very happy about, and an all new campaign. So they start with the species, so the Atrociraptor, which we all knew was probably coming, and it's probably the one that everyone is most looking forward to. I have to say I'm not that looking forward to Atrociraptor. I didn't really. I think that we have enough raptors in the franchise already, to be honest. But I have to say that it's a very movie accurate looking model. I especially like the sort of Indominus Rex-esque white skin, and we're told that we're going to get the Jurassic World Dominion skins, which are Ghost, Red, Tiger and Panthera. So hopefully we're going to have some very nice looking skins for these animals as well. We're also getting the Lystrosaurus, which marks another non-dinosaur reptile species. Well, synapsid, I believe. I believe Lystrosaurus is one of those mammal-like reptiles. It looks very cute, I have to say. It looks a lot better than the physical animatronics they used in the movie, I have to say. We're going to get a 2022 skin for it, and yeah, it looks adorable. We're getting Oviraptor, which I am very happy about, because I like Oviraptor as just a species of dinosaur. I think it's very cool, and I love the fact that this one has the feathers that we had from Pyroraptor. It says very clearly here, it's since been understood to be an omnivore. They're quite clear about that in the information for the Oviraptor. So I'm wondering if we're going to be able to eat, if we're going to be able to get the Oviraptor to eat from both of the types of feeders. So I'll be especially interested in that. And I have to say, this 2022 skin, the white feathers with the black stripes and the red crest, looks very nice. I'm hoping that the rest of the skins are going to be just as cool. And then, of course, Morus Intrepidus, this little tyrannosaurid, which showed up in the movie very briefly, but everyone has apparently really loved it. It does kind of look like a baby T-Rex. I suppose you could use it as a baby T-Rex if you wanted to use it in game like that. I think Morus Intrepidus is going to have the same problem that the Compy have, which is that it's kind of too small, really. You can't see it from any distance. In order to see Compies and in order to see Morus Intrepidus, you actually have to go quite close down in game. So I don't know if it's going to be excessively useful as an animal in game, but it's nice to have, and it's nice to have another feathered or sort of furry animal in there. We're also told that we're getting 2022 variants of skins for the Allosaurus, the Dimorphodon, the Iguanodon, and the Carnotaurus. And the Iguanodon 2022 skin is getting 12 colours and 7 patterns as well. So we're getting colours and patterns for the 2022 variants of the skins. And lower down, we're also getting the ability to change the colours and patterns of some of the other species we've already got film skins for, which I'm very excited about. The Allosaurus, I actually think this is a really terrible screenshot that they could have used here, because it's in the dark, it's not in the light. And to me, that just looks pretty similar to the normal Allosaurus, so I'm not sure about that one. The Carno I love though, with this mottled red back and face. I think that looks really cool. And the Dimorphodon is just furry, from what I can tell, which is fine. And the Iguanodon has the stripes, which really does remind me of the Walking with Dinosaurs Iguanodon, with the white striping on the American species and the yellow striping on the European species that we see in episode 4, is it? 4 or 5? Yeah, that really does remind me of that. So into the meat of this DLC, we're told we're going to get a new campaign. We're going to have Cabot Finch coming back, and we've got Kayla Watts coming back. We got Sonia Santos, the mysterious lady in white, coming back. Barry Sembene, who I don't remember who that actually is. That's how little I remember about Dominion. And Lewis Dodgson is coming back. We got Dodgson. And we're going to be setting parks up across 3 new Mediterranean islands. We are not going to extract from fossils. We're going to basically buy them on a black market, where you'll also be able to get eggs and genome data. So basically, we're cutting out the going off and digging them up bit. We're just going to buy the stuff instead, which I suppose is okay. It'll be interesting to see if we can have that in Sandbox, whether we can choose to have, you know, the conventional method or the unconventional sort of black market method. That would be quite fun to play around with, a degree of randomization for the dinosaurs that we get. We're told we're going to need to work with both the underground and the authorities, building trust with these organizations to unlock upgrades and stuff. So the gameplay is probably going to be pretty similar. It's just the methods you go around getting your hands on information is going to be different. We're also going to be able to keep our progress persistent across the locations. Now this is basically Jurassic World Evolution 1, where the progress was persistent across all of the locations. You just had to have scientists and money on each island, and that's basically what it says here. You'll be able to switch between them on the fly or move dinosaurs from one island to another. Money and scientists will be dependent per island though. So basically this is Jurassic World Evolution 1's campaign, just with a bit more thought and stuff attached to it. And we're also going to be able to use these modes in Sandbox, as well as all the Malta buildings and decorations. We'll have a closer look at the screenshots in a minute, because I want to kind of just have a better look at those. What else is here? Well, we're told there's lots coming to the free update, and most of the free update kind of looks to be quality of life and UI changes and stuff like that. We are getting some new challenge mode maps, so I'm sure one of my fellow Evo YouTube moderators sarcastically will be very pleased to have new challenge modes to do. We're going to have new ones across all of the DFW campaign. I use the word campaign lightly because in my opinion the base game campaign is just a tutorial, but we're going to have campaign levels for that, and they're all going to be different. So we've got this sort of Arizona breakout, Washington state wreckage, Pennsylvania headquarters, Oregon aviary, and California photography, a brand new photography challenge, which I'm almost curious about that one, because In Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, they had sort of photography challenges, so I'm kind of interested to see what they come up with for that. And they also tell us that we're going to be dealing with some new challenge mode conditions. We're also apparently going to have a psychological trauma stat, which we're going to have to help cure the dinosaurs with. Somehow, I don't imagine us getting our psychologically traumatized dinosaurs into an office where they get to lay on a chaise longue and tell our psychologist dinosaur all of the problems of their childhood and everything else. I don't think it's going to be quite like that. It's just going to be another medical related thing. But it's nice to see that they're still expanding that system. We're also being told that the tiny dinosaurs are getting brand new behaviours, so Morris Intrepidus, Compsognathus are going to be able to group attack on guests and goats, so I can't wait to see what that looks like. I'm sure Evo is going to have great fun murdering guests with packs of little compies. And they're going to be changing the navigation logic so that the smaller animals just navigate around water rather than go through it. And I do understand what they mean here, because the Hamalacephaly also does it, so I'm curious why that's not on here, but they will just walk straight through water until it's like over their heads, so that they're drowning themselves technically. It is a bit of an immersion breaker, so it's nice to see that they're putting a little effort into that. And they're no longer going to collide with guests or vehicles, which is good. And then the rest is basically minor changes. So they're changing the UI so it's easier to see how the dinosaurs are going to react when you're transporting them. There's a new ailment and tranquilize icon when controlling the capture team. So you can get involved in dinosaur fights and stuff like that. Basically, it's a lot of UI changes and a lot of quality of life changes, altering some elements of how dinosaurs sleep and react with tours and stuff. This is the most interesting thing for me. Alongside this, the Kentrosaurus 2015 and Oranosaurus 2015 variants from the Camp Cretaceous pack, as well as the 2022 variants of the Dreadnoughtus and Giganotosaurus, will be getting 12 new body colours and 7 new pattern colour options, and you'll be able to view a body variant selector in the genome editor and species viewer for these species. So basically, we're going to be able to select which kind of body pattern we go for with these particular species of dinosaurs, whether we go for like the basic game one or the film canon one, and then we can then pick and choose the color patterns and body colors for those specifically. So we're actually getting a lot more skin variation for those dinosaurs, which is good, because basically the Dreadnoughtus is only good with the 2022 model. So I'm glad I'll be able to properly just use that now and never use the bog standard Dread ever again. And there'll be quality of life changes, bug fixes, etc, etc. So it all sounds absolutely brilliant. So that was basically all of the information from the online. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the couple of screenshots we've had and some of the frames from the video, and I want to have a closer look at what we actually can see inside of them. So I'm going to put these into an art program so I can zoom in properly, and let's go have a look. So here we are in my art software. I use Critter for stuff like this, and what I've done is I've got a frame from the video I want to have a look at, and I've also got their publicity images here. Now they are small, they're not full scale images, which is a bit annoying, but I'm going to do my best to have a look at a few different bits here. So this is from one of their levels, the islands, this San Albertus Peninsula level, and we've got a standard sort of suite of mission objectives here in the bottom corner. What I am curious about is if I move in here, what is this? This looks like I'll just highlight it here in a slightly lighter color. This 22 and 9, the one's in green and one is in orange. The one in orange looks like a dinosaur count or something like that, so I'm not sure what that's all about. I'm wondering if that's part of the new UI changes they have going on. So if we ignore the little UI changes, what else do we have? Well, we have visible quite a few new buildings. We have what I assume is an entrance building here, with this helipad in the back. I'm assuming this over here on the left hand side is the Ranger building because it's got the truck on the front. I'm assuming this is the new Vest building because of the rear side of the building, and I'm gonna guess this is some sort of, well, the only other thing that it could be is a expedition building, or it's potentially with the, I mean, if I zoom in, it has it looks like it has a radar dish on the top, so I'm gonna guess that's an expedition building, or it's going to function like an expedition building, but obviously not be the same because we know we're not going to go out and dig up stuff. I have to say that all of these buildings look like they have this wonderful brickwork all around the outside to fit them in with this sort of Malta aesthetic. I especially love what looks like the vet building has sort of archways along the side and stuff. I think it looks absolutely wonderful and beautiful. We can't really see very clear details or stuff in the background. Very tricky to see. It's also very tricky to see what the map boundary of this map is going to be like. I'm going to assume that this raised area of forestry in the background is going to be a border of a map. And I'm also going to assume this is not going to be a new biome. I think this is, I don't know, these trees look new. So I'm wondering if this is also a new biome, a sort of Mediterranean biome. Let's go to the second image. This one's bigger because I've taken it from the video. And let's just have a look at this wonderful new viewing gallery here with the brickwork and these lovely red metal pillars going along the outside. And this does seem to be the sort of design aesthetic for the Mediterranean era, or Mediterranean style. We're going to have the sort of red, well, I say red, this light terracotta sort of pinkish stonework coloration for everything. And then all the metal, exposed metal surfaces are going to be sort of this red oxide coloration that we have going on here. And I think it looks really nice. It's going to be something a bit more distinctive, say, than the Jurassic Park style and Jurassic World style and DFW style. And I think you could probably get away with using these as guest buildings and just having it like a themed environment. The fencing looks normal, so I'm going to assume all the fencing is just going to be standard in-game stuff. But it looks like we are going to have a new version of the aviary, which does look like it's glazed with windows, but it has this red oxide metal sort of girders to match the rest of the style. And yeah, this tree looks new as well, so I'm going to assume that this Malta DLC is going to be a new biome too, which, if it is, might become my new favourite biome in the game. I don't think we can see anything else of interest here. I'm wondering what this building is here with these this double floored building with the semicircular doors. Wondering what that's about. But yeah, it looks nice. I like to see a new building style, and actually I think they should do more of these, just DLC building styles. This is the other image that they showed online, and I'm curious about what's going on here. It looks like we have a lagoon viewing gallery here, and here, and here, and here, and here. These these all look like viewing galleries, but this does not look like a lagoon. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of new lagoon structure or lagoon area that we're going to be able to make use of here. It's difficult to tell the level of detail because, like I say, this is off their website and they're very low quality images, which is a bit frustrating. You get another view of that lovely red brick and metal oxide viewing gallery. And yeah, apparently this pack is also going to come with new decorations. I can't see any in the images, but if that's so, I'm going to enjoy building with all these new bits and bobs. And I have to say, I really do like this Mediterranean building style. I think it looks glorious. So that's all I could pretty much pick out from the screenshots and the videos that we've received. So yeah, what do I think in general? So what's my overall opinion of this DLC from what we can see? I am overwhelmingly surprised that they've gone the whole hog. They're giving us new locations, a whole new building set, new decorations, what looks like a new biome, a Jurassic World Evolution 1 style campaign, new skins, new variants of existing skins, new species that we knew were going to be covering. It's a lot more work than I honestly anticipated. I thought we were just going to get the dinosaurs and that was going to be about it. So, colour me surprised. And if everything is as good as it sounds, and you know me, I am a cynical bastard at the best of times, I will be going over this DLC with a fine-tooth comb once it comes out. But if everything is as good as it sounds, then I am very, very positive. The only thing I would have to say about it is it does kind of feel that they have split the Dominion content in two in order to sell both parts back to us for more money, which is annoying, but it is just the way that video game DLC is being done at the moment. The other thing I'm very pleased about is because they've gone so whole hog with the MALTA DLC, is that's it for the film. So Frontier are now going to have to rely on original content and new ideas and stuff that is not based on the films anymore for future DLCs, which is what I want them to do. I want them to get away from the films and to now come up with something new and completely original like they did with Jurassic World Evolution 1. So I'm actually kind of glad that this MALTA DLC is as huge and extensive as it looks, because it means now they can't keep selling bits and bobs of it back to us, and they have to come up with something completely new next time. So yeah, I am overwhelmingly happy with how this looks so far, and I know a lot of people are going to be surprised at me about that, because when am I overwhelmingly happy about anything? But yeah, this looks good. Let me know down in the comments what you're most looking forward to from the new DLC, and whether you're going to be getting it on the day it comes out. Don't forget to give us a like, comment and subscribe for more content from Triclaw Gaming. We are getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subs, so I'm getting more and more excited. And I will see all of you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.